Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with another get ready with me. As you can see, I'm gonna do something similar to what I did a couple weeks ago, where I used all of my Untouched eyeshadows. Last time, sorry, I'm gonna take off my scrunchie. Last time I focused on my single shadows only because that's kind of what I want to get through this month. However, I am filming this on the 26th of November and I only have a handful of single eyeshadows left. So instead of rolling from them, which I also think is mostly shimmer, I only have one matte, I would roll from my whole collection. So I'm going to roll from my whole collection of Untouched eyeshadows, and I have put them all into a wheel in Time Decisions. So let me pull that up quickly. So you can see them right here. There's quite a few left. I think there's around like 150 maybe eyeshadows. I'm not sure about the exact number, but something like that. So I'm going to roll from here, and I think I'm going to roll around like 5 to 6 eyeshadows depending on what I get. And I have all the palettes in front of me, so while I roll I can show you the shade as well. But before I start rolling the eyeshadows, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll, and also I feel like while I'm talking through this I might go through what I did on my birthday, because I did get ready with me for my birthday, and I did say I might do an update on what I actually end up doing, so I might do that while I'm getting ready. But let me go ahead and pick the first shade first, and you can see what I'm gonna start working on for the color story. 350 degrees, that's from the what's it called, blueberry muffin palette. Let me go and get that. And 350 degrees is a really nice kind of deep brown. It's this one right here. I love this eyeshadow and it's going to be quite nice to work on. It's also a matte, which is going to be good because I feel like I need some mattes to ground the color story. And there you have 350 degrees, and that is the first shade. So for the second shadow we're gonna get Shy. I think that is from the Carly Bible palette, so let me go and get that. And here we have the Carly Bible palette, and Shy is, okay, that's another matte. It is this shadow right here, which I think will pair nicely with this shadow. We have a lighter brown and a deeper brown. I don't know if the undertones are going to be the same, but hopefully they will work nice together. Yeah, I think they will work nice together. There we have those two right here. Very boring color story so far, but those are the first two shades. Let's go ahead and roll for the third eyeshadow. Gold Lust 001, that must be from one of my Pat McGrath palettes, so I'm going to go check which one and I will show you that shade. It also should be one of the special shades, I think, but let me go and find that. So like I said, that came from one of my Pat McGrath palettes, and it's from the Divine Rose 2 palette, and it's the shade right here, which is this kind of, it's a special shade, and it's like this really yellow gold shade, so that is the next eyeshadow. It matches my nails quite well actually. And there is that eyeshadow. Again, goes really well with the color story. So for the fourth eyeshadow we're gonna get Rose Seduction, which I also think is from the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette. Let me check quickly. Yes, it is. It's actually more of a colorful shade. It is the pink shadow in the palette, which is this one right here. So that is the next shadow right there. And it's good because we finally have something a little bit more unpredictable. We have a pink, so that is the color story so far. Quite interesting, still quite neutral, obviously, with like these two pops there, but I think they still work quite nicely. So let's roll a fifth shade and see if we want to go for 6 as well, or if we want to stick with just 5. Dusk. So this is one that I actually had to look up, but it comes from my Eternal Eclipse palette from Luna Beauty, and it's the shade Dusk. Okay, that is this shade here, which is actually quite similar to the shade Chai. But let me just quickly see how similar they are. Okay, this one is a little bit lighter. I think you can see it right there. Do I want to stick with this one, or is it too similar? I guess I'll stick with it, and then I will also roll in a 6th shade too, but this one is like a lighter version of the shade Shy. And you can see it right there at the bottom. I think it will work nicely to blend out the other shades, but yeah, very, very light shade. So let's go ahead and pick a 6th shade too. It would be nice for the inner corner highlight, but we'll see what I get. VR Violet, okay, another Pat McGrath palette. I think another like special shade. Really going hard on the Pat McGrath palette, but let me pull that quickly. I think it's from the other one, the Subliminal palette, but let me check quickly. So here we have the Subliminal palette, and okay, it's a really nice shade, but I don't know how we'll go with the color story. It's this shade right here. So that is the shade VR Violet. And there you have that final shade, and that is going to be my color story. I think it's going to stop right there. And I need to determine what I want to do. I could do something simple as like gold kind of brown eye on the top and then like a pink into this kind of shade on the bottom, but that's also kind of a bit boring. Maybe I want to do a pink on the lid, top with this one, and then the gold on the bottom instead, or do I want to mix them on the top lid? Let me have a think what I want to do, and I will zoom you guys in. I will start creating the look. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing the look. I have primed my eyes, as you can see, and I'm gonna start with this shade right here, which is the shade from the Eternal Eclipse palette in the shade Dusk. So I'm gonna take that on like a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna apply this to my crease first, as like a transition shade. So, like I said, I could tell you about my birthday. So if you didn't see my get ready with me for my birthday, I talked about that I didn't know what I was doing. My boyfriend had planned the weekend out, and I only really knew that I was probably going to go away somewhere because I had to take a day off work, but I didn't know anything else. So on the Tuesday leading up to my birthday, he actually did drop the news that we were going to Stockholm. So Stockholm, Sweden, and if you don't know, I am Swedish. I'm not from Stockholm, I'm from like the south of Sweden, but we were going to Sweden, and my brother and his girlfriend were gonna drive up to meet us in Stockholm. We were gonna have a weekend with them. So obviously very, very exciting. And we were gonna go early Friday morning, come back Sunday. So that was like the plan. And by the way, that is that shade. I think I'm done with that shade for now. Do I want to go straight into the pink maybe? I was thinking if I want to put this one here too, but maybe I want to put this one on the lower lash line instead. I'm going to go straight to the pink, I think, in my crease. So I'm taking on a flat packer brush first. I'm going to put this on my lid and I'm going to blend it out in my crease. So yeah, on Thursday we went to our friend's house who was going to watch our dog when we went away, and we slept over, and then early Friday went to the airport. When we went to Stockholm, we got to the central station, and my brother and his girlfriend were supposed to meet today, but they were running a little bit late, so he said let's go and check into the hotel first. So we did, and honestly this hotel was like the nicest hotel we've ever stayed in. It was super nice. It was very Scandinavian style too, like the interior design was very Scandinavian, so it was really nice for my boyfriend to experience that too, like Scandinavian style, because obviously we do live in London, so he doesn't get to experience that style very much. I started blending this out, by the way, with a fluffier brush. So that was really fun. And then we had checked in. We were meeting my brother and his girlfriend downstairs in the lobby because we're going into like lunch place, which was really nice. We waited there and then we started heading off. And when we got to the lunch place, I noticed there was a set table for 6, and we saw obviously it's 4 of us. And I had already kind of guessed that maybe some other people were joining us, and they were, and that was my parents, so they were also coming, and that was a bit of a surprise. But you guys obviously don't know my parents, but my parents are always late to everything, always. When I grew up, when we had guests over, me and my brother learned hosting very young, because usually what happened was my dad was cooking until basically the guests arrived. He was probably still in the kitchen cooking when they arrived. He hadn't even showered and gotten ready yet. And then my mom was cleaning, so usually when people arrived, my mom was in the shower, my dad was still cooking, waiting for the shower to get free. And then as soon as my mom was ready, my dad came in, and then me and my brother was just left alone to fend for ourselves hosting. So I've done that my whole life. But yeah, just moral of the story, my parents are always late with everything, so they were obviously late, but they did show up on time for the reservation, and they surprised me there. So they surprised me, so which is really nice. So that was like the Friday. Had lunch and then went back to the hotel, got ready, and then we were meeting up for dinner. We had a dinner booked, and then when we were in the hotel, my boyfriend was like, oh, just like nonchalantly saying like, I found like this wine bunny at the restaurant, I thought it could be fun to go there, you know, I know you like wine, Sophie, so let's go there maybe. How does that sound? I can call them and book it. We're like, yeah, sounds good. It is very like nonchalantly, so I was like, sounds perfect. Let me start moving on to the next step so I don't get stuck in the story for too long. But yeah, that is that pink shade. I really like how that turned out actually. It's not as, like in the palette and also in the swatch, it looks very like intimidating, but on the eyes it's quite soft actually. I really like that shade. But before I do anything else, I'm going to start deepening up the other corner with the shade 350 degrees, which I'm going to put out here to deepen up the other corner. But we got ready. We had a couple like a good drink at the hotel together, and then we headed to this wine bar. And as I walked in, I did not expect this at all. Like I said, with my parents, I kind of was guessing it anyway, because obviously my brother was showing up, so I was like, it would make sense, because my brother also lives very close to my parents. So I was like, have a slight suspicion that they might show up. But when we walk into this wine bar, which my boyfriend has nonchalantly suggested, my best friend group is sitting there waiting. And one of my friends live in Stockholm, so obviously she lived really close, but two of them travel from quite far. They travel from like Gothenburg, which is the other side of Sweden, which I think is like a 3-4 hour drive on the train. So very, very happy to see them. And they also came to surprise me. So they were waiting at this wine bar, which again my boyfriend had just nonchalantly suggested, but he obviously knows me well enough that I wouldn't turn down a wine bar. So yeah, we went in, we met up with them, and then they were coming to the restaurant with us, which was really, really fun. And then we spent the night with them. We actually went out clubbing, which was really fun because I don't go clubbing anymore. Obviously I'm turned 30, so you know, I'm not old. I know I'm not old, but I don't go clubbing as often as I did when I was young. But this friend group is my friend group from uni, so when I see them I usually go clubbing because it brings back like the old memories and stuff. And yeah, it was really, really fun. And we went to this kind of nightclub called Lemon Bar in Stockholm, and one of my friends actually worked there, one of my other friend from uni, which I haven't seen since uni, but it was really, really fun to see him again as well. And we just had a really good time. And then obviously stayed up quite late. I actually was up for like 24 hours that day, because when we got up to leave, we got up at like 2:30 a.m. to be fair, like UK time. But then when I came home, it was around 2:30 again. So basically a full 24 hours I was up, but I had the best time, so I was really, really happy. So there you have that shade 350 degrees. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a little bit of glitter primer and just prime that on my lid so I can top it off with that special shade on top of this pink, at least on like the most inner corner. So I'm gonna put that on. So that was like the Friday. We had lots of fun. And then on the Saturday we woke up, we had the best hotel breakfast. Sweden has the best hotel breakfast. Like, my boyfriend was so impressed because compared to the UK, we have such a good selection for breakfast. If you've been to Sweden for hotel breakfast, you know, like, it's the best. So I really, really enjoyed that. And this place we went to stay to was called Kung Karl, like King Karl, I guess, hotel, Kung Karl. It's really, really nice, and it's quite not famous, but like it's well known for its hotel breakfast, which was really, really good. I'm gonna proceed to take the shade VR Violet, which is the one at the bottom here, on my lid, on topping over the pink. So yeah, that was really, really fun. And then, like I said, went for hotel breakfast, and then me and my dad and, well, my mom and dad, me and my boyfriend started walking around Stockholm, just exploring. My boyfriend has never been to Stockholm before, so it was really, really nice showing him around. Obviously I'm from like the very like bottom of Sweden, so I'm not from Stockholm either, but I spent a lot of time there because of one of my best friends lived there. My brother studied there for a bit, so yeah, I have spent a lot of time in Stockholm, so it was really, really nice being able to show him Stockholm and the city and stuff. It was obviously very, very cold. When we flew in, it was snow as well, which was nice to see. So very different from here, and I know Stockholm is like the best in summer because there's so much water around it, but it was still nice to show him around. So we walked around and then got lunch and like fika, which is like typical like coffee, like some sort of like baked goods kind of thing in Sweden. Google if you don't know what it is, fika. It's really, really nice. We always do that in Sweden, so it's quite famous for us. And then yeah, we got back to the hotel, got ready, and by the way, that is that shade. I think it looks really, really nice so far. I still have the gold and this one here left to do, but I think I'm gonna do that on my lower lash line. So yeah, that is like the look. I think before I continue telling the story, I'm gonna go off camera, do my base makeup, because I think it's easier to do on my like off camera, and then I will come back and do the lower lash line, finish up the story, and show you the finished look. So I will be right back. So I'm back, and I did the rest of my makeup. I just put some brow powder in, some mascara, I did my base, obviously, some pink blush to go with the pink eyes, a lip, and basically I'm fully done apart from what needs to go on my lower lash line. And like I said, I have two shades left, which are these two right here. So that's going to be what I'm putting down there. So let me go ahead and pull out the transition shade first and run that onto my eyes. So that is the shade Shy. So I was saying, okay, so after getting ready and stuff on the Saturday, we went to the hotel room and my parents brought some champagne to celebrate my birthday, and we had that. We had some present giving, and my parents actually got me, you can't see it right now, but they got me this diamond necklace, which was really, really nice. You can see there. And then I got like a Tommy Hilfiger scarf from my brother and his girlfriend. Obviously Mike gave me presents when he came back to, actually no, he gave it on Sunday morning, and I got some nice things. I got the Spectrum KGH collaboration, the full set, and then the Glam Light Face palette from Natasha Denona, but I got that on Sunday morning. But yeah, on the Saturday we did presents for my parents and stuff. That, by the way, looks really good on the low lash line. And then after having that champagne and everything, we went to this like pool place, like pool darts, things like that. It's like quite low key in the south of Stockholm. It's called Söderbiljarden. And when I met up with my friends there, and we just played pool, hung out all of Saturday, and then we headed home and went to bed and woke up Sunday morning. It was my birthday. We celebrated a little bit, had a breakfast, and then we had to leave to go to the airport because we flew flying back on a Sunday, unfortunately, but that is the way it is when you work, it's on a Sunday. So we flew back, went to pick up my dog, and then we drove back to London, and we got home in our flat around 7. And while I keep telling the story, I'm going to go ahead in with that gold, which is from the Pat McGrath palette, this one right there. I'm going to pull that in and go on my lower lash line. So we got back and we went to is a restaurant in our neighborhood that serves like steak and stuff. So that shade. So we just had some steak. I had some fillet of beef, which is really nice, very birthday appropriate. We did that, then we went home and we just chilled. Very low-key Sunday, but we had such a good time in Stockholm, and I got to see all my friends and family who lives in Sweden, which is really nice because obviously I live in a different country, so I don't see them too often. So it's really nice that they all planned to come, especially my boyfriend who planned it all out for them to come and see us. So yeah, I had the best time. So yeah, that was my birthday. Then also we were off on Monday. I took the Monday off later on after with the flights and stuff. So I was off on Monday, very low-key, and then Tuesday I was out with work. We had like a team building event, and then Wednesday we went up to my boyfriend's parents, and we've been there. We came back yesterday, so it's been very full on this week. I had a Thursday, Friday off this week as well, so I only worked 2 days. But then Wednesday night to Saturday morning went to his parents' house, and it's now Sunday. So yeah, I had yesterday here most of the day, and then today as well. So very nice. And then from tomorrow, Monday, everything's gonna be back to normal, back to the normal kind of routine all the way up until Christmas. So yeah, that was basically my birthday weekend. I had the best time and I'm so happy. So for you guys who wanted an update, there it is. But also that is my look finalized. So you can see I went in with the gold on the lower lash line and then like the pink lid. And I really quite like how it turned out. It's quite a wearable look, but I didn't want to go too crazy today. But yeah, out of this color story, this is what I ended up doing. But to be fair as well, I think I did quite a colorful version of what I was intending to originally, because since I got a lot of neutrals, like a lot of neutral browns, I could have easily just done all the browns and even like this one on the lid and then these two on the lower lash line, or like the gold, which I think is a little bit more neutral, on the lid, and then put this on the lower lash line. But I wanted to give the pink its time to shine, and I'm really happy with the look. So let me zoom you out, show you my full face, and I will wrap up this video. So there you guys was it for today's Get Ready With Me. I really hope you enjoyed it. I like doing this like whole collection. Get Ready With Me is like palette bingos, because I get like such fun color stories and I get to reach for different palettes, different things. So obviously it's nice for me to do this as well because I get to use some of the eyeshadows that I'm trying to get use out of. I didn't get any of my singles, I just realized, but that makes sense because I had only like maybe like 20 out of the 150, so it made sense that I didn't get any of those. But again, that is it for today. If you like this video, please let me know down below. I again love doing Get Ready With Me, but it's a little bit harder for me to film, so if you do enjoy them, let me know and I will continue doing these. And also let me know if you like this format when I do like a palette bingo or something like this, or if I just want me to do like something similar to what I did on my birthday when I did I Get Ready With Me, using whatever I pick out for the occasion. But yeah, that is it for today. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys!